Welcome to Little Talks. How do you identify a player? Players are typically only looking for good time and not genuine connections. So if you notice they are giving a lot of compliments or getting physically close, but they are not asking you questions about yourself or engaging in conversations, you might be dealing with a player. So what do you look out for? Players are usually super cocky. They are very confident. The fake emotions, they don't care about yours anyway. They know exactly what you want to hear and they say it. So he knows that you want to hear I love you. So he says it so well that you yourself, you get tired of it. They don't put too much effort. You understand? They're always trying to make it about sex, sexting, and they only reach out in the night. Very protective of their phones, so you cannot hold your phone. They play the victim cards all the time. And it doesn't put much effort in the title. You just hear things like, babe, you know how I feel about you. If you see all this kind of signs, the guy is a player. Please run away. Hello, my name is Dele-Davids, and this is Life Stories with Bussy. This is City Building. City Building is still selling plots of land in City Gardens 2.0 in Ekpe. You can call them on the number on the screen and they will respond to you. You know how important it is to invest in properties. Very, very important. You should do that. I have a story to tell today and it's actually a very deep story. I didn't know how to advise the person. And so she says to me, "Good day, Busola. I would like to remain anonymous." She said, "I want to know whether to discuss these issues I'm going to tell you with my husband or just pack my things and leave without his knowledge. I'm in my mid-20s and my husband is in his mid-40s. We have been married for 4 years and we have no children. My husband had a child when he was in the university. He never married the mother of the child. Before we got married, we decided to go for medical checkups because we had been trying for a child before the wedding. The test confirmed me okay, but my husband was confirmed to have low sperm counts. This was like 4 months of the wedding. Obi was placed on some medications. We kept trying out, but for the next 2 years, nothing happened. Our doctor suggested IVF. During the IVF process, we discovered that Obi had an infection in the blood. Now, I wasn't sure what the kind of infection it was, and I didn't bother. Since she just wanted to keep it like that, I just left it. Luckily, I wasn't infected, so we can't be intimate without protection, and we are looking for children. We tried IVF twice, and it failed. I went to a church, and the pastor told me my issues before I even opened my mouth. He said we would have issues with having children, and that if I had come to him before I got married, he would have told me not to marry my husband. I'd heard these similar things before we got married. Now, my husband is a loving and extremely caring man. He extends his love to my relatives and people generally. For like 3 years, I hid this from my parents. They got concerned about my inability to have a child, especially because Obi had a child already. They suggested IVF, and I told them we had done that already. I was pushed to tell them about the low sperm count, but I didn't tell them about the blood infection. My parents are of the opinion that since we have tried for 4 years and I'm still young, I should leave the marriage and start my life over again, relocate and go for my master's. Already, his family members think I'm the one with the issue since he had a child before. Adoption isn't an option because my parents feel it might cause an issue later, especially because he's had a child before. Now, my husband has built his world around me. Telling him I want house will break him. He's an amazing human. I really don't want to leave him, but for this child issue, and who knows what issues can arise in the future. The blood infection is there. We use protection. IVF is expensive and has its own trauma, and we have tried twice. Adoption isn't a choice. I want to have my own children. My parents want grandchildren. My husband isn't ready to tell his people about his problem. What do I do? Like I said, I wasn't so sure what to tell her because, basically for me, the issue would have been resolved if the husband was ready to tell his people that, oh, I have this issue, and then, if she goes to adopt, nobody will raise an eyebrow. But since the husband isn't willing to tell, of course, you know how we are in this part of the world. Everybody will think that it's the woman that has a problem, especially with the fact that the husband had a child before. You know, so it's really tough. Yes, the same marriage is for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in health and in sickness. But I don't know. This one is a bit complicated and deep. And you know, I don't blame our parents. Our parents feel, look, you've tried. The problem is not from your end, because if the position were reversed, the man would probably have helped himself somehow, you know. But this is it now. She's going to bear the stigma. The guy already has a child. They cannot adopt. There's the blood infection. They cannot be intimate without protection. And so it's a whole lot of issue for her. So I understand where her parents are coming from. And she says that her husband is amazing. But we should also consider the age. There's also the age factor. She's in her mid-20s. The man is in his mid-40s and all that. I don't particularly know what to tell her, because when she told me, I was like, see, sincerely, I don't know what to say. But I'll put your story out there and we'll see what people would say. Please, you guys need to really come to this comment section and let us talk about this, because she really needs your help. She's kind of confused. She says she's a very quiet person, and so she doesn't really know how to go about it and all that. What do you guys think that Anonymous should do? Do you think that she should just leave her husband? Would your husband understand? Should she stay in that marriage, you know, believing that things would work out? Me, I feel that the easiest thing is for the husband to tell his family members, I am the problem here. They adopt a child and everybody is fine. But if the man is not willing to tell, I don't know. So please just hit my comment section. Just tell her what you think she should do. We will all be reading. Till next time when I come your way again, my name remains Dele-Davids. Bye. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.